So last month, the newest version of GPT was released and has been made available to the general public through a paid subscription of the ChatGPT 4 tool. It is now even more impressive, being able to perform very complex instructions like iterating on technical writing tasks, handling over 25,000 words of text for deep content creation and analysis, and even recognizing patterns in the way the users input information. Things like that make us question ourselves once again if it will truly replace humans when it comes to creative jobs and tasks, including software development. In this video, I want to talk about it and show ways it could or could not happen in a realistic perspective. This is Explaining the Machine. GPT, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a large language model developed by OpenAI, mostly known by the users through the ChatGPT tool, an artificial intelligence chatbot. Its main function is to replicate the way humans communicate through text, making it possible for people to have complex conversations with the bot about any topic available online. Large language models such as GPT have a neural network configured with billions of parameters and are trained with great amounts of text content. In other words, it simulates an actual animal brain and its learning ability through computing systems and machine learning paradigm. The goal is to automate any tasks a human would do in the past regarding creative writing, science, and logic. If you want to know more about how this learning process actually works for a machine and see a real project showing some awesome machine learning features you can try at home, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. There are other interesting features of ChatGPT besides answering questions with more ease than conventional search engines like Google. It goes from composing music at a more basic level to writing tales and even programming, which is the subject of this video. The code written by the AI is surprisingly good, as it translates your text ideas into a programming language with a certain level of accuracy. You can even ask for the newest technologies available in the software market, like Next.js 13 for example. What it does is compile the documentation and code samples from all around the web and translate high-level instructions into low-level. But it's not perfect. It is very common to find mistakes in the code written by ChatGPT. Some of them don't even have the desired outcome. In these cases, the user has to adjust some of the lines in the snippet for it to work properly. And that actually says it all. They're just snippets. Now imagine if a software company decides to rely on ChatGPT to develop a system with a more complex architecture and a series of parameters to establish their business rules. As of now, the GPT model, as well as other available AIs, are not able to customize the source information for development technologies well enough for a company not to have the need to review every single bit of code. Even the slightest mistake in the architecture could lead to business failure. Even if it produces an explanation for each piece of code, it could all be a product of a major hallucination, which is a phenomenon of an AI giving very confident responses about completely made-up data on a specific topic. But there is also an interesting perspective on machine learning, specifically for large language models like GPT, that can be important to consider. The first version of GPT was released in 2018, 5 years ago. 3 versions later, we finally had access to the famous ChatGPT. The evolution in only a few years is very impressive. There are even initial efforts towards a new idea that could revolutionize large language models. What if it could create its own training data? In a Google research called Large Language Models Can Self-Improve, released in October 2022, they built a large language model with the impressive ability of coming up with a set of questions, generating detailed answers for them, and using its own curated answers to train itself. So the possible issue of running out of high-quality training data is already a focus for engineers and researchers. So tell me in the comments, do you think it's only a matter of time before AI replaces humans in most of the creative tasks, or it will never get to that point? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.